Welcome back to episode 14 of Should We Leave?
Should we leave? The podcast about everything and nothing.
But mostly nothing.
And the podcast that's none of our business.
What it's about is none of my business. And I'm Luisa Lang. I'm a comedian and just a girly about town.
And I'm Daniel Head, and I'm not a comedian.
No, but you're like a media girl.
And I'm a media corporate girly.
No, you're like an editor, social. Like don't say you're a corporate.
I'm a corporate baddie. No.
Corporate baddie alert.
And what am I? I don't know what I am.
I would say you're like a social editor.
But that's not what I am.
Podcaster.
Let's just say social media strategist.
Yeah.
For a company. Very large company.
And we're literally not naming it until they sponsor us. So
yeah. Oh my God.
We're not giving free press. This week on Should We Leave, we unpack themes from Severance, including the most important question, would you let your outie partner kiss your innie? I don't know, man.
We also revisit the CDs that shaped us, explore some unverified pop culture conspiracy theories, and Luisa finds the best vegan queso in the world.
Plus, Daniel comes to terms with the fact that emergency liposuction is not in fact a thing.
And finally, we've officially finished every streamer and the entire internet. So what should we do now? I hear reading is really good.
Reading is good. Everyone should read.
I'm gonna read more, okay? But also, send your suggestions. They're appreciated. Anyway, keep listening for all that and much more on episode 14 of Should We Leave? Enjoy. What's up? Wait, was that real?
It was real, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go for it and clear my throat. Okay, what is up?
I'm just feeling a little bit more relaxed right now.
I'm feeling pretty relaxed.
I put this side of the cushion over here like we used to do in the old days.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm leaning on this. Like, do I look like so chill? I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal.
I'm like really chill.
We're trying to be chill.
What is new with me? Oh, shoot. I wrote down a bunch of stuff and it's in my pool.
I wrote down a bunch of stuff too, but it's in my phone.
Well,
so
luckily one of us was prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, the Severance finale. You did not watch it.
No, okay.
Which is like, what's wrong with you, by the way? Why didn't you watch it?
So here's what happened with that. And it's really quick. I watched the whole first season because I hadn't seen it. Mm-hmm. Like 2 weeks before Severance decided to come back on.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of like Severance out a little bit in the sense of...
Have you been saving it all?
Yeah. So we watched the first 2 episodes, and for some reason, whenever we watched, I think I said this on another episode, but we just fell asleep because
you did say
like
that.
Very like...
Yeah.
And watching it at 9 p.m.
You're sleeping.
I was asleep.
You can't do it all. You can't freaking do it all.
I can't fucking
I
do it all.
won't give anything away, but I will say the finale was incredible.
Really? Just like the season 1 finale
It was incredible. It was like just so good. And I don't want to say anything else, but I do want to bring up one thing from the season because I think it's like a good conversation. Can I just bring it up? It's not really going to spoil anything. What are your thoughts on if you had an innie and an outie, if you were severed, and Stevie went to go meet your innie, and like they had meetups for a few months, whatever, and he came back to you, your outie, and was like, I kissed your innie. Like, is that cheating?
Are we together? Are our outies together?
Mm-hmm. He's your boyfriend, and he goes...
our outie's a boyfriend, and then his outie went to go see my innie?
Yes, because the innie was allowed some time to get to know who his family is outside of this.
Not cheating, because it's me.
But
it's a different person,
it's
technically.
It's not you, though. It's like your body. So what happened was, like, I'm not going to tell you anything, but it really was the first time I realized that, like, their innie and outie they are like not the same people. And I always thought they were more similar than they are. They're completely...
What's the girl? Helly R
and Helena, like... Yeah,
so that's
totally different.
That's why I realized, like, they're totally different.
Yeah.
With her, just because of, you know, her running the company and then her being in it, like, desperately trying to get out.
Yeah, but it's a question of, like, is that cheating? Like, it's your body, but it's...
It's your body. Your body is cheating.
it was like, don't use my body to cheat on me. Kinda.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just weird. It's like the robot conversation we had. Like, if you fuck a robot,
Cheating.
is that cheating?
I think it is cheating.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
So what do you think?
I don't know, but I was watching it and I was being like, I don't like it. That feels weird. Like,
so that happens in some.
That's the only one thing I'm giving away.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's literally not even a big part of the plot.
Interesting.
But someone like, yeah.
Who is it? Just
okay,
tell
so
me.
yeah, so Dylan's wife.
Who's Dylan?
Dylan is the guy who's always like the big guy.
With the curly hair?
Curly hair.
Who has the kid?
Who has the kid.
Okay.
Yeah. His wife, his Innie gets some time to like meet his wife. And they start having like meetups at the Severed floor and getting to know each other. And she starts to like really like him because he reminds her of like how the real outie used to be. And she's like, I don't like the way he is on the outside is not doing it for me anymore. And like this whoever it is on the inside is like acting like the old Dylan, and he's
what an interesting plot
twist. And so
twist.
she tells him, she comes home, she's like, I kissed your Innie. And he's like, what the f***? Like, do you like him? And she was like, yeah, like
kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll f***ing quit. Like it's like, it's crazy. It just brings up such an interesting situation because it's your body. So like, yes, but also what don't you like about me? I don't know. It's weird.
It's a personality thing.
It's such a crazy show. The finale was
so smart.
Incredible.
So
finale.
smart. So when you came in, I was playing Allie and AJ.
Yeah, so good.
And I saw this meme that showed like a CD player and then like an old CD. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, this is where my lore began.
Yep.
And I'm wondering what CD would you consider where the Luisa Lang lore began?
It's funny you bring this up because I saw a meme recently that had all these CDs on it and it said something about like, this was my whole childhood. Mm-hmm. And every single one of the CDs, if it was blurry and my eyes were closed, I would have been able to like clearly identify. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Really?
Britney Spears. It's like, can you picture it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like purpley pink.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Also like Millennium by Backstreet Boys randomly.
Okay.
The Aaron's Party. We went to see my family. Dude, I was so like, we went to go see the town fireworks and I brought my like Walkman and I listened to, what's the song where he's like, party of the month, not the party of the year. All the fine girls couldn't turn it down. Now all I gotta do is get my parents out. You don't know it?
No, I wasn't
send
Aaron
them to a
Carter.
movie, let me send them to a show. Let me think. It's gotta be long though. Really?
No.
Aaron's Party. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Actually, still a banger.
So you listened to that while you were watching the fireworks?
Like I was like angsty and I like put my headphones in and like listened to Aaron Carter while my family like had a wonderful time together.
I did the same thing, and I think every gay person has also done this, is when they've listened to Come Clean by Hilary Duff, when they're riding in the third row of a white Honda Odyssey.
What? That is so specific.
Just listen. Third row, white Honda Odyssey. You're in like the tan leather seats, and then it's raining in Florida. And then you're like, your hand is up against the window, and you're
watching
listening
the
rain fall down.
Yeah. And
it's on a CD player.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my album, would be Metamorphosis by Hilary Duff. That's where the lore began. Sorry, and we're back from a little break.
We're back from a break.
We had to pick. Normally we'll have like one day we're going to have ad breaks.
Oh yeah, this is an ad break.
So you
Just
guys
kidding.
should feel lucky that you're getting to listen to this completely
Ad-free.
free. We make no money doing this.
Once again, you're getting in at the ground level. Oh my God. Are you always tired?
I am always tired.
I'm always tired, and I've started drinking coffee again, and I wish I got one today. But the thing is, I'll drink a coffee in the morning, and I'm like having the best time. I'm like, I'm
Best
awake.
day.
I'm best day. Then I get into my bed, and I'm like crazy. Like I can't, I can't fall asleep.
I am realizing that I have to time when I have my caffeine like perfectly. Because
Yeah.
if I do it like first thing in the morning when I am about to go to the gym or whatever, workout is amazing. But then by the time I sit down and I'm ready to work, you just have like the biggest sigh. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I haven't even started my fucking day yet.
Yeah.
And I am ready to go to bed again.
Yep. My sleep schedule has been all off because of the coffee. Because I'll drink it at like 11 start my work, drink like more than I normally do. And I was off coffee for a while because it was making me anxious.
Makes
but
me anxious too.
Yeah, it's just like, it's really not great.
You can't win.
You can't, there's nothing, you're either tired and can't get anything done, or you can get stuff done, but you want to die because you're so anxious.
I'm having this problem where everything at work is done.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, what do I do? I'm sick of looking at my phone, like throw my phone in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing I can look up online.
Yeah.
I'm all cut
You're
up
like,
on my
I've seen it all. I've done the whole
I've
internet.
seen the entire internet.
Yeah.
I've watched the entirety of Netflix.
Yep. You
and
finished
HBO
Netflix.
Max. Just finished Paramount Plus.
So
almost
true.
done with Peacock. Like I just got Hulu to feel something.
Yeah.
And I'm watching The Paradise Show, which is amazing right now. That's one you should watch too. And I just started. I'm reading that book. I'm like, I'm gonna read a book.
You've been driven to madness to the point where you have to read a book now.
Yeah. And now I'm
You
reading.
finished Netflix. You finished Peacock. You finished the internet. You finished Twitter, Instagram. What is there to do?
I was talking to Stevie. I was like, should I get lipo before we go to Bermuda in 2 weeks? Like, do you think I'll be healed
Yeah, you
in
think I'll be
time?
healed by then? Should I get gastric bypass
I was like,
before we go?
I literally said that last night. I was just like, I just don't feel like super confident with my weight. We're going on this trip. And he's like, you're overreacting. You're like
so fine.
You're
Yeah.
so fine. And I was like, do you think if I get lipo and gastric bypass tomorrow, do you think I'll be healed in time before we go
That
on the
requires
beach?
you to schedule it in time to get it tomorrow. Heal in time for Bermuda in a week.
Just a walk-in lipo appointment and be like, hi, are you taking walk-ins?
Walk-ins? Yeah. Okay, I saw a meme that was like, or a tweet that was like, I want to go to the plastic surgeon and just get whatever they assume I'm there for. They're like, oh, you're here for a nose job? And I'd be like, I guess, sure.
Wait, that's good.
Right?
Just walk in and
I
be
want to
like,
go
oh,
and
I'm
say,
here.
what would you do here?
What do you think I should get?
What do you think I'm here for?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, well, it's obviously your chin is.
What would you have done?
I would get lipo.
I mean, you've already had your ears done.
Oh my God. The list goes on. Your ears. I would get like filler under my eyes because I look tired as all hell. And
I want to get, so I saw Brad Pitt had a facelift recently.
what does a facelift mean?
It's like,
Do they like cut your face off?
Cut back here.
No.
And then they just pull everything back. And it like literally just
Okay, well,
tightens
that's like,
all the wrinkles.
I will say when I put in a slick back, I'm like, I look amazing.
It's like a facelift. It's like they just do that permanently. It's like
I
basically
look
they're
amazing when I
like
do
cutting
that.
out like loose skin and then tightening it, like, and then reassigning it. I am not a doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, wait, this is not.
But that's how I think that they do it.
Okay. Brad
And
Pitt got
just
it?
basically like anything that Demi Moore has done, anything that Lindsay Lohan has done, or Brad Pitt, like I'm just gonna go wherever they went and be like, just do what they
Do
did.
that. Give me the Demi.
And by the time we're of the age, and I mean, when do people get facelifts? Like in their late 50s, 60s? Like that's a little bit of ways from now for us, but like the technology will be so much
That's
better.
true. And honestly, in the spirit of transparency, I was going to get Botox this week. And I told my friends,
Spirit of, I'm coming clean.
in the spirit of me coming clean, I scheduled an appointment to get Botox.
Where?
And Peachy.
No, but like
Where on my body?
where on your body?
Well, I was going to do like my forehead and my 11 lines, but I was at dinner with my friends and I was like, you guys, I'm getting Botox tomorrow. And they were like, why? Like, you don't need it. Why would you do that? You also, by the way, can't pay your taxes. So do you think you have money for Botox? And I was like, oh, that's like so true.
And I feel like it would be bad for you because like you need to be expressive.
Yes, but agreed completely. Like an actor can't, I'm not an actor, but like an actor, for example, can't have a frozen face.
No.
But I think the reason that it just like, it's interesting. I've been thinking about it a lot because my job is like looking at my face all the time. My face is like on camera. I'm always editing my face. I'm always looking at it. And so like it makes me understand why celebrities are so
Nitpicky
and they're so quick to get little surgeries because it's such a greater scale than what I'm doing. And I even feel like, God, like the little things, if I was working a job, if I were a nurse, like my best friend is a nurse, she's doing her makeup and looking at herself and she's like, great. She's not all day editing her face, making videos, filming herself, talking to camera, trying to get good lighting. Like it's kind of it's like sick. I feel bad for celebrities.
Yeah, I mean, you're a celebrity.
Well, in this room.
So, what are you obsessed with this
Okay,
week? What are you obsessed with this week? I have a good one.
I have a good one too.
Go first.
This week I'm obsessed with, I found this vegan queso from Purple Carrot.
You didn't bring it.
So did I say I was going to?
I think you're like, you have to try it.
Did. It's so good. I was shocked. I ordered it and I'd seen ads for it and I was like, because trying to be a vegan is really hard for me because of cheese. That's really hard.
I think that's what gets most people.
That's what gets most people because it's like the one thing that vegans haven't really figured out perfectly yet. Like meat, they've gotten meat to taste like meat.
Oh yeah, I had some like Korean bulgogi.
It's crazy. Cheese is like the last thing, but I really think that I could give it to someone and not tell them it was vegan and they would think it was regular queso.
Yeah. I want to try
amazing.
it. What's it by? Purple Carrot?
Purple Carrot.
Not sponsored.
Finding a vegan queso for me is like a huge
win.
Huge win because I love queso and it's I've always said like I could never go vegan because I'm never going to not have queso again.
Right.
But if I could have that and it's legitimately really good, we might be onto something.
Yeah. Yum.
Obsessed with that. Yeah.
Obsessed.
Okay, what are you obsessed with this week?
Okay. I am obsessed with pop culture fan theories.
Oh, so you're obsessed with pop culture fan theories, and what does that mean?
Okay, so what that means is, I mean, if you are a Swiftie, then you'll know kind of like that world. It's basically just like reading into what? Everything. Okay, so as we know, and I explained this in detail on my personal TikTok, as we know, Ariana is coming out with a deluxe edition of Eternal Sunshine. It's called Eternal Sunshine, Brighter Days Ahead. There's 6 new tracks on it.
Yeah.
So Eternal Sunshine is her 7th album. So the fan theory is that each of those 6 new tracks represents one of the previous eras.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fun.
It's fun because the whole Brighter Days thing, which I mentioned last episode, is like her getting her memory erased because she doesn't want to remember an ex.
Yeah, I need that.
Right. We all need that.
I need that.
But she has this hotline that you can call. And she picks it up and there's like a recording. So recently on the hotline, she was like, we now offer memory restoration services at Brighter Days Inc.
Okay.
Okay. You following?
Yes.
So the theory is that she wants to erase her memories, but also at the same time bring back the ones that meant something.
She wants to keep.
And the theory is that each one of those 6 songs represents one of the previous eras. But after the track titles came out, it doesn't...
They're already out?
There's track titles. The songs aren't out, but the track titles are.
Out.
Yeah, so they don't really like match as well.
Okay.
But anyway, I just am like...
Could be true though still.
It could be true, and we'll find out when we listen to it. But I just am obsessed with like the fans going in with those theories and stuff.
100%. This is so relevant. I made a video about this last night. Did you see my Severance video?
I liked it.
About... Okay, great. You're like,
no, because I thought it was going to be about Severance, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to be spoiled.
Right. Thank you for liking it. Anyways, though, you're literally my only real friend. You are my only real friend. No, it's like how when you're watching a show nowadays, you have to like have binoculars and like be writing notes the whole time because you go online and people are like, well, did you notice the serial number on the crib actually relates back to the year that Step Brothers was released and Adam was in that, so they're trying to tell us something from that. And it's like,
I love that though.
Oh my God. But for me, I'm like, okay, I wasn't paying like that much attention, and I will watch a full episode and be like, nothing happened in that episode, and then I go and read it, I'm like, everything happened.
Yeah.
How did I miss every single thing?
But I think if a casual viewer is watching it, they'll still understand the story if they're not catching all these things. But if you are an intense viewer, then and you're catching these things, then it makes the story even
so
richer.
Much better.
Yeah.
But I just don't. What I'm saying is, I just don't have the ability. I'm like, okay, I literally watched the episode. And I'm like, how'd they know that was her aunt? They never said that was her aunt.
True. I think that I'm...
They'll be like, I can smell it on your breath. And they never address it again. I'm like, smell what? And everyone's like, well, it's from the factory. And they like have all these... I'm like, either I'm stupid or I'm not... paying close enough attention. So my friend and I made a sketch of us having like a magnifying glass, being like, give me the serial number on the, I'm like, do you have binoculars? Do you have binoculars? And like just freaking out.
Yeah.
Watching TV.
I think that I'm that person watching it.
Like the fan theorist kind
where
of.
I will like start paying attention and then I'll be like, what does this number mean? Like, let me look into it. Like if it's a show like Severance or if it's something else. And like Ariana with her albums, I don't think she's really been like Swiftie level where like Taylor Swift like intentionally does a lot of this kind of stuff with like her track titles, like
number 13, all that stuff.
And then like different letters written on the back reveal a message or whatever.
I can't keep up.
Yeah. So, but with shows and stuff, it is a little bit harder because but
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot.
It makes it fun.
I'm glad other people are catching it, and then I can watch reviews after because it's like 103 things you missed in this episode, and I'm like, I missed all 103 of them.
And if I don't understand something, I am that person that goes to YouTube and like, please explain this episode to me.
Explain it to me like I'm an infant. I need someone to explain Severance to me like I don't even speak English yet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. People go catch the craziest. There's a theory about like the dings of the elevator are different notes and one of them means something and one means the other. And like, I'm like, who is catching this stuff?
That's crazy, but it's only like that with certain shows.
No, I know, but this show is like that. And I'll watch a whole episode and be like, well, that was pretty uneventful. Go online. Everything happened.
That's crazy.
All the big reveal. I'm like,
I need to watch. I need to catch up.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good.
I need to definitely catch up. But I think that like fan theories and different like stuff like that make the anticipation to it really fun.
Yeah.
And I think that if Ariana is walking through her memories of her 6th album discography before Eternal Sunshine in this short film that we're going to watch together, that would be so interesting because like each one of those albums relates basically to a certain type of relationship that she was in or like time in her life.
Yeah.
And
there's so much like emotion in each of those too.
Right. So like
pieces of work.
One of the ones that makes the most sense is that the last song is called Hampstead, and Hampstead is the town that she lived in London when she was filming Wicked. Okay, so that's the baseline. That's the 6th new song. The 6th album of Ariana's is Positions. The album Positions is written about Dalton, her ex-husband, who she was with,
divorced,
while she was filming Wicked.
That. Wow, that's cool though.
Yeah, then there's one called Past Life. That's the one that relates to Thank You Next. Allegedly. All this is alleged. This is all a fan theory. This is literally one person on Twitter saying it, and then other people like going through it, and then I'm like, wait, that makes sense. And then I perpetuate it.
It snowballs into
and then
something
it's just
big.
like,
well, we're gonna probably find out.
Yeah, we are. And special bonus episode literally coming on Friday or Saturday, whenever, as quick as we can get it up. And stay tuned for that. We'll be reacting to the short film and the new songs. And we'll have a special guest who is
our first guest.
Who's
a
humongous Ariana Grande fan, and how we became friends. I became friends with him through Ariana Grande. And we'll tell that story when you guys meet him. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. What episode was this again?
14, right?
Lucky number 14.
Lucky number 14.
Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe, and 5 stars on YouTube. Literally, we see everyone that's listening, but only 19 people have given us 5 stars.
I have a lot of friends, and none of you guys are... Sorry.
Listening?
Where are you at?
Yeah.
Oh, I went out with my friends and
tell this.
I went out with my friends and they kept my 2 best friends who are so funny. I love them. Like they're just like us, sense of humor wise, everything. Things kept coming up and I'd be like, we talked about that on episode whatever. But I'm like, we just talked about that on the pod. Something else will come up. I'd be like, we just talked about I'm like, if you guys would just give me a chance and like listen to my podcast,
right,
you would laugh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like, what was this? Did I bring up any specific
You didn't bring up any specifics, but you were just like, I was just at dinner with 2 people or 2 of your besties, and they kept referencing all these things. And I'm like, did you guys listen to the pod or did you not listen? And then they were like, they didn't.
Well, I know that they don't.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And it's like, whatever. But
I have people who I haven't spoken to in a long time who message me, and we send each other these little messages.
Yeah.
Who love the podcast.
I have people who love it too. For some reason, though, these two best friends of mine like don't have time. I don't know, like whatever.
Before we go, I do think it is the people that are closest to you.
That's what it is.
Unless it's like a boyfriend or whatever, they don't listen.
Because it's like siblings.
Because it's like they're too close to you already. So it's just like, I don't want to listen to it because I already know everything, allegedly.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
I mean,
sometimes we just want the support.
I talk to Josh all day, every day in 3 different chats. Like we're talking on Instagram at all times. We're talking over text at all times. And we're talking over text with my sister. And we're talking like, for some reason, I mean, Josh and I are in constant. We're actually communicating right now through our brains.
He's here.
He's like, I don't need to like listen to your podcast. Yeah. And like, I get it.
I get it too. I get it too with some of my friends.
Point being though, the stuff that we're talking about here and like the jokes we're making are more universal than like we might think, and that's what I love about comedy actually. And podcasting's weird because you're not getting that immediate reaction that you do when you do stand up. So when I do stand up, if I say something about being 30 and people laugh, it's like a recognition laugh of like,
instant hit.
My God, me too, that makes sense, I do the same thing, LOL. This is like, I don't know, you need first of all someone to listen to it. You need someone to tell you that they reacted that way. It just is a different way of getting feedback.
It really is, because we're sitting here. There's no one here except for Lucy, who's crying. Screaming and crying. Yeah. Poor thing. And we're just yapping to our phones.
Yeah.
And then
we're like,
people won't see this.
Agree with us.
People won't see this for a week or so, and then people don't find it until later. I mean, people are still finding that Hinge reel and commenting on it like 8-9 weeks ago. Yeah. Or we posted that 8-9 weeks ago. So it is a different way of existing, or like putting stuff out there.
Getting feedback about for me, I'm so used to just like getting
used to the stand-up crowd.
Right away. I do a crowd or I post a video and I post it right away. This is like...
There's a lot of silent people though.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who I get a lot of DMs, and part of me, I think, can you comment this?
No. Yes. I'll tell my friends straight up. I'm like,
comment this.
Thanks for messaging me. I'm so LOL glad that you like it. Can you fucking go like it though? Like, my friend was like, oh, I'm such a fajita girl in my messages. And I go, great. I don't see you liking it though. So where the hell are you?
We're going to stop complaining about this once we get there.
But
I feel like we always complain about this, but it's also...
No, it's more just like learning that it's a different thing. It's not stand up, and I'm so used to that.
But you know what I was thinking about too the other day or yesterday? I was like, remember the first couple episodes of this podcast, how I was so nervous about posting anything? No, I do feel a lot better, and I'm listening to one book and I'm reading another one. Okay, two at a time.
Yeah,
I'm listening to this one book, and she's saying in there, this is a little bit deep, but go with me. This is our like one amazing life to live. And why are we going to not do something because of what we think someone else might think?
100%.
And that's like so much easier said than done, but it is so true. It's like, I need to do something. I want to do something because it makes me happy and brings me joy, and something that makes me laugh. And like, who f***ing cares?
Yeah, 100%. And I went through this.
And just like practicing that over and over. It is a practice. And if that's all I get out of this, which there's going to be so much more that comes out of this. But if that's all I get out of this, it's so interesting to just like, and it doesn't have to be posting online or making a podcast, but like showing up or doing this or doing that. Like, if you just let go and let them, like the book I'm reading is called Let Them.
Yeah.
It really just flips something. Like yesterday I made
Something has flipped to me recently. Finish what you're saying and then I'll go.
Yesterday I made like 2 pieces of content. Like I updated this Ariana Grande fan theory thing. So I was like, I need to like update. We have the track names. And I was like, I felt silly, but at the same time I was having so much fun making it.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm going to post this and rip this. Okay, great. And then I made this other video, which you'll see later, about that piece of art that I made. And I was having so much fun making it.
Yeah.
But Daniel, 3 months ago, would have been like, I'm not going to post this. This is cringe.
I love that. That's what I
and it's not
was
cringe.
telling you though. We'll look back at those episodes, and I was saying like you're just not used to like being perceived yet at all.
And
and you will get to a point, and it'll get more and more to the point where I post things and my friends are like, what the why would you ever post that? I'm just kidding. But like you'll get more and more used to it, and that's such a good thing to be able to see the growth that you've had.
Thank you.
Like that's awesome. And so I started I used to like love making those weirdo videos, and like I kind of stopped recently because I think my job has like beat the confidence out of me, to be completely honest. I think it's given me like an inferiority complex where like I think I'm not. It's just this job has like done something to me. But recently I started making content again, and I'm like, oh, I'm not afraid to like put random stuff out anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like for a while I was like, no, nothing I have to say is funny, like whatever. But now I'm back to making it.
Go ahead.
No, but now I'm back to, for the last few days, I've just been putting stuff out.
I know. It's been messing up my schedule of posting.
I know. It really has been, because I texted you and I was like, I just posted on my own.
I'm like, we're going to be having to post 4 things a day.
But I realized, though, that I also need to be keeping up my own stuff so that people will find me and be like, oh, she has a podcast, let me listen to it. Yeah. Like that helps both of us, and that helps this whole thing. So yeah, I've just been posting a lot more and feeling like I don't want to have an inferiority. I want to go back to how I was before this confidence was like beat out of me.
I think it's because now this is something that I think it's because you're making content for your job, whereas at MTV you weren't doing silly little videos at MTV, and now you're doing silly little videos for a brand, and then also having to, so that's like draining that creativity.
And I'm getting notes on those that I wouldn't, for things that I would never think about in my own videos.
Right.
So now I'm like, how come now these silly videos like aren't good, and I'm getting a million notes, and it makes me think that like that's also the same as my personal, like maybe I should be.
No.
But it's not true.
It's for a brand.
Yeah.
You just have to realize that.
You just have to do it.
Whereas me, flip side, I was making I was a senior social producer for a brand, and I was doing all this content, and then I felt very depleted to make anything for myself when I do have ideas. And we said this before, but we've been wanting to do this podcast forever. And it's like, but then I'm not left with that creativity.
You're drained.
I'm drained of creativity, and whereas I want to do something but I don't. But now I'm at my new job, and I'm able to do it.
Like there's space in your brain.
I'm holding space for it.
I'm holding space for you to make things.
Yeah.
And I love that. I just like I sometimes I forget that I love making things, and I love connecting with people, and posting a video and having people be like, oh my God, yes, I feel the same way. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I love that. And I don't want that to go away. And I felt like it was going away for a while. It has to
be like an active practice too, which I'm realizing, because sometimes this, like,
it's like anything, like dating, going to the gym. Right. It's like you have to do it to do it.
And like editing the podcast, doing the like today, honestly, I didn't want to do the podcast. I almost was like, should I cancel? But we're filming 2 episodes today, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm gonna whatever.
Yeah, but also, by the way, if like you know that I don't give a shit.
But I was like in a bad mood this morning.
Yeah.
And it's because I couldn't get plastic surgery.
It's because I don't have the money for plastic surgery. Like that's it. And like for that reason, I didn't want to do the podcast.
That literally is. That's basically why.
And for that reason, I'm not podcasting today.
I can't podcast because I can't get an emergency liposuction.
I will not go on camera until I can get an emergency gastric bypass. And so this is the last you'll see of me.
And this is the last episode. No. But I was just in a bad mood.
It's easy to talk yourself out of doing something.
Right. And then you just have to remember, like, it is a practice. Everything is a practice, and it's all about consistency, and then showing up for yourself and showing up for, this and the things that are starting to matter or that matter, and anything. And it's like anything worth having takes work.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's what we're doing.
And that's
I think that's
anyway,
good for us.
that's
I love that.
I love that.
A lot.
I know that we exited the episode
And then started a whole new episode. But I think
no,
that was good.
but I think that's the end of that
I
episode.
like that.
And that this
Thank
is
you
thank
for
you so
joining.
much.
Like, subscribe, 5 stars. Honestly, like if you have anything to say, comment it.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
if
be
it's-
shy.
Don't be shy, even if it's like, Luisa, your glasses are smudged.
Yeah.
Like, anything helps.
And Daniel, you're bald.
Wait, do you know the girl? Do you know the girl at Balin who has Tourette's?
Yes.
She has to tell every bald person that they're bald.
I know.
And she's like, "Fuck, I'm so sorry." She's like, "You're bald." Sorry, I am so sorry. I have Tourette's. Every time I see a bald person, I have to tell them they're bald. You're bald.
The part
You're
where she's
bald."
in the airport.
saying I have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Okay, we're done with this episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.